Could Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese be future teammates? It is a possibility, and here's why. The WNBA and women's basketball is currently growing at a rapid pace. The WNBA's viewership was up 21% year over year in 2023, giving the league its biggest audience in more than 2 decades. Attendance reached a 13-year high. Then came Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese. Viewership numbers exploded as these two phenoms came into the league. The WNBA has taken advantage of these new viewers and announced an expansion. Starting in the 2025 NBA season, the WNBA will be expanding and adding its 13th team in the Bay Area. This team will be named the Golden State Valkyries and will be owned by Joe Lacob and the Golden State Warriors ownership group. Additionally, in the 2026 NBA season, the WNBA will expand again and add its 14th team to Toronto. The team name has not been announced yet, but it will be owned by Larry Tanenbaum's Kilmer Sports Group, as opposed to the Maple Leaf Sports Entertainment conglomerate that owns the Toronto Raptors. But Tanenbaum is the chairman of the MLSE as well. Due to the addition of these new teams, the WNBA is due for 2 expansion drafts in 2025 and 2026. An expansion draft is a process in professional sports that allows new teams to select players from existing teams to build their roster. Looking at the WNBA's CBA, there's not much to go off of, but I'll let you read it before I explain what it means. Even though it is quite brief, the WNBA CBA does have a couple rules for the expansion draft. First, the WNBA will set the number of players that a team can protect. Second, the draft will take place before free agency. Third, when a new team selects an unprotected player, they get their contract. Fourth, a team can pick one unrestricted free agent. Fifth, the expansion team can core a player that is moving into free agency. And sixth, there's no language on whether a team gets a draft pick or not. Due to the vague nature of the CBA, I suggest we look to previous expansion drafts as precedent for what will happen in these upcoming expansion drafts. The last expansion draft was in 2008 when the Atlanta Dream entered the league. The rules used in that expansion draft were that teams were able to protect 6 players, and that the Atlanta Dream were given the 4th overall pick and were not a part of the draft lottery. And then additionally, the Atlanta Dream were only allowed to choose 1 player from each team. After the expansion draft, this is what the Atlanta Dream's roster looked like. Then, when it came to the WNBA draft, they actually traded the 4th overall pick to the Seattle Storm along with Renika Hodges for the 8th pick and Azine Castro Marquez. And that's how the Atlanta Dream built their 2008 expansion draft squad. Now this begs the question, will Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese be future teammates? Most likely not, as the Indiana Fever and Chicago Sky will protect their players, but both players could most likely be playing against their teammates in the future, as we will have back-to-back expansion drafts in 2025 and 2026. Make sure to comment below if you're excited for this WNBA's expansion.